How's everyone doing again? Welcome back. Mr. Tony here with a very special friend. This is Hooter. This is an amazing bird of prey here on Long Island, the most common and the largest, called I'm going to have you guess also at home. I'm waiting. Good, all right. Great horned owl. This is not just any great horned owl. Hooter here is a special great horned owl who has a story behind him that tells us what not to do with animals, which is keep them as pets. Hooter was illegally owned as a pet. He was an owlet who probably was fledgling, meaning he was ready to get out of his nest. Mom and dad should have been feeding him on the ground, and someone thought they were doing him a favor by taking him in and keeping him as a pet, but that is 100% illegal. Any animal over 24 hours in your house that's native is against the law if you are not a rescue center or a refuge. So he now thinks that all people he sees are owls or that he is human. So he's so used to being around humans, he's very vocal. He's got a great personality, but we always have to remember he's still an amazing wild animal that we need to respect in that way. Now, if you come close, you can see Hooter here has the most incredible eyes, I think, on the planet. What color are his eyes when you take a look? See that amazing color? Bright golden yellow. These golden yellow eyes, it's like a universe. And I remember when I first met Hooter 10 years ago, I fell in love with him by looking right into those eyes. I couldn't believe it. And then I said, "Hey Hooter, how are you?" And he turned around and he went, right? And he said hello back. And I said, this is an amazing animal. Not just the way he looks, but he even talks back. So these birds of prey are one of the most vocal out there. And most people say, I heard an owl in my backyard. Well, 90% of the time, it's the great horned owl. They're also known as the tiger of the woods. Not because they're good at golf, no. The tiger of the woods because they're the best predator at nighttime, who can basically capture anything in those giant talons, whether it's everything small, starting all the way up from mouse, rat, rabbits. I've seen a picture of feral cats, even other owls, skunks, opossums, raccoons. All right, watch out, chihuahuas and chihuahuas. No, but these animals are incredible predators on Long Island. Being apex at the top of that food chain, we are very lucky to have them, and they're found across the United States, not just here. They're found in cold regions, warm regions. They adapt to all temperatures. And then people ask me, well, where do they live usually? Well, this is not a cavity nesting animal like we talked about for the little guys. This is an animal that dwells in the woodlands. So right in your backyards, they're so big, they have a nest that they use. But here's the cool thing. They'll actually utilize one that's already been built. So a hawk, an osprey, any small nest they can use, because this is an animal that actually does its nesting when everyone else is not in the wintertime. Everyone else is nesting in the spring. They're out there nesting in the wintertime, looking for a spot to have their owlets. Now, if you look closely at his feet, he has a total of 4 toes, but they're zygodactyl. He can actually switch 2 in the front, 2 in the back, or 3 in the front, 1 in the back for a great grip. But then you notice something else even cooler. He's got specialized feathers that look like furry Ugg boots on his legs. He has an adaptation that stops him from getting cold in the winter, getting frostbite, when everyone else is trying to keep warm. So look at that cool design. Now he's got all this beautiful plumage designed to blend him in so well to those trees. What's that word that means to blend in so well with the trees? Can you help me at home? Very good, camouflage. And camouflage is his best defense system. Take a look at that beautiful plumage, just like the bark of an old growth pine tree, and that's what they love the best. White pines and other pines that they live in, nice and high up. The colors are amazing, browns, cream, white, perfectly blended. And being the largest of the birds of prey out here, people say, well, that's a really heavy bird, right? How can it sit in a small branch without it snapping? Well, taking a look at him, he actually doesn't weigh as much as you think. You can take a guess. How many pounds do you think Hooter weighs at home? Let's see. If you said, now I would think 15 if I first saw him, but if you said about 3 to 4 pounds, you're correct. Hooter is made up of mostly feathers. Watch how far my finger goes before I touch his actual neck. Oh, there's a tickle spot. So all of that's feathers, and then all of his bones are hollow like straws. All birds have hollow bones. So he's very, very light and agile, but super powerful still. Now, great horned owl, interesting name. These aren't horns, and they're not his ears. These are called feather tufts. Can you guys say that at home? These feather tufts help him to not only camouflage better, make himself look larger, but also to help sound waves get guided down to where his actual ears are, which are found behind these black lines. He has a little ear hole low and one high, about the shape of a banana shape underneath this feathery spot. where he can triangulate sound waves. Just by listening, he can tell you pretty much where a mouse is over 90 feet away, just by listening. So that's what makes owls wise, I think. Students, remember this at home. Listening is a good skill. So when he's listening out there, he can hear something 90 feet or 3 feet under snow and capture it. Now you see how he's looking at it? Those eyes are so large in his head that he doesn't have room for muscles behind his eyes like we do. We can move our eyes. Everyone try this at home. Look up, look down, roll your eyes around. You won't get in trouble for this. And as you're rolling that, remember you have muscles. Their eyes are so big, they don't have room for those muscles. They actually have a special socket that holds, or cup, that holds that eye in place, but he can do something we can't do. With that eye in place, he can actually take his head and turn it almost all the way around. We're gonna go 270 degrees though for an owl's head turn. And while they're doing that, they're listening to all the sound waves. Isn't that cool? You're a good listener, Hooter? Yeah? Very good. All right. Now, Hooter also wants to send you a message. It's important. Protect the woods. Be guardians of the forest. This is important. If we cut down all the woods and old growth trees, they have nothing left. So we don't need any more malls, no more Walmarts, Targets, build huge complexes. Let's protect what's left like Teddy Roosevelt thought of in the beginning. This is our national treasure. If we protect that, these birds will thrive and do even better. And that's something we need to remember. Also, if you have a problem with rodents, remember that's on their food chain. Don't go out and spread poisons everywhere. They get affected too. Maybe use have a heart trap instead and call someone responsible. So there's little things we can do that create a big ripple effect. And this is what's most important. Conservation is at heart. If you want your children's children to see the next generation of animals, start now. Thank you.